It's that time of year again. It's Shocktober. So Scream Factory has done their Shocktober sale, and some years it's been great. Some years it's been a bit of a dud. So today on the Buck 19 podcast, we're going to look into it. We're going to look into the Scream Factory Shocktober sale. We're going to look into every Scream Factory that I got. We're going to do a collection update on that, and there's lots more coming up in just 2 seconds. So right in front of me, I have my cheat sheet here. Basically my list of all the Shocktober deals. If you go into the Scream Factory Facebook page or go into their to the website, you'll find it under the Shocktober link, and they'll have a list of all of their stuff. So I just show you what it looks like here now. It's just kind of a. So we're going to get into that and the pricing, what I think of it, and slight spoiler alert: I'm not impressed. Now during their big anniversary sale, I managed to get a nice stack of Scream Factory stuff that I found behind at pretty good prices. Nothing price-wise blows me away when it comes to any of this stuff here, and especially I'm Canadian, so I'm putting these prices across. It's some of it's actually comparable. Like some things are actually decently priced, and I'll let you know which ones I think are the best deals. A lot of these I don't have in my collection. And that's because, to be completely honest with you, although I love Scream Factory stuff, they have gotten more expensive to buy. Usually, Shocktober sales and stuff like that tends to be the best time to get Scream Factory stuff. But even they've really dropped the ball on a few of their later sales. Some things were really, really disappointing. Usually, you could at least go to they'd have kind of a classic fright section, and that would have like some really good deals there, but even that seems to be like less in the summer, and so I'm just going to go through things with prices. I'm not going to go into like features or anything like that. Unless it's something that I really think stands out, then I'll actually talk about that. So Ben and Willard are both on sale for $16.99 each, which I guess it's $29.99. They say for the buy like regularly. The kitties here, and I like the movies Ben and Willard. Do I have the Scream Factory ones? No, I don't, because basically, again, whether $29.99 or $16.99, that's not the best. That's not the. If I was really, really into them, maybe that would be like a really good. Hey, that would be a really great price. But no, still, I think on a sale like this, I've seen the Kino stuff come in recently. That's around the same price point, and I've seen like hit like $11 and $9 and stuff like that. So to see this at $16, $17 really is a little disheartening when it comes to like the big sale. Even the Vinegar Syndrome stuff that can run you like $14. That's 14. I mean, like 14 and down usually is what you get for like a lot of that stuff. But now there's no actually really, really great sale prices as far as I can see so far. So I'm just going to basically, I just looked at this once, so we'll look at it all together. And if you've got the page up there, we can actually seriously look at it together. You can actually bring it up on your screen, and it'll be like interactive. We'll go that way. So Allen of Terror is there for $16.99. That's it's an older one. Lawnmower Man, the collector's edition with the exclusive poster, is $18.99. That's okay. I mean, $16.99 would have been a decent price for one with the poster, to be honest, in my opinion. And this is just my opinion. I'm not like dragging on Scream Factory. Obviously, I got a lot of Scream Factory stuff, and I've put a lot of money into my Scream Factory collection. So I feel that I have the right to be like critical anyway. Now this one I do see as a decent price. So the Paul Naschy collection is going to run you $44.99. Not the. Again, this is just me, like a armchair quarterbacking when it comes to these sale things. I would have ran at 39 and 35 for like positive sales, but 39 is usually the sweet spot when it comes to a lot of these sets. You'll see like a lot of other companies, that's what they do. They'll have these more expensive sets and they'll run them at like around $39 when it comes to a sale. So 44, it is a good price. The thing is regularly $79.97. So that's obviously that's quite the thing. It's just that I find that consumers, and I'm as a consumer of movies and a lot of movies, when it comes to these sales, there's a sweet spot. There's a certain point where you're like, I'm not sure, and there's that spot that kind of like just pushes you over the edge to say, okay, yeah, I got to get some of that stuff. Paul Naschy so far is the best deal of the stuff I've seen here. Angry Red Planet runs $15.99, not bad for that one. Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake's going to run you $15.99. The Victors, I like that movie, is going to run you $15.99. But if you have the Blu-ray, the DVD of the Blu-ray of which one is it again? The 10 Dread Sundown. Yeah, the Victor's on that one for as a DVD format though. I know. Windows is which is one I really want. But $16.99. Nah, I can get that one on. That one goes out on Amazon sometimes. Species $22.99. That's not a good deal for Species. It's the collector's edition with exclusive poster, but it's still 22 is too much for a sale. This is a sale, and $22.99 is not a sale. It's $34 to $22. No, for me that's not a sale price. And I apologize if it seems like I'm more bitchy and stuff than usual when it comes to this stuff, but I just want to be honest with you guys. And I was actually looking forward to seeing this, to see if there's something. Maybe there's one extra thing I was going to get during Halloween. Not from this sale. Nothing actually. The Plant Man from Planet X is there. Bat People, both those are $15.99. Slither runs $16.99 for the collector's edition. No poster, though, but I guess the poster sold out of that one. $16.99 is decent, but the poster would run at $14. Steelbooks with the lithograph is $22.99. That's actually not a bad price. They got The Fog, They Live, and Escape from New York. I have all those movies, and I don't want the Steelbooks editions. Like they're not like something that I need to have. Ned the Sorceress, The Loreley's Grasp is running $17.99 for a double feature, and 9 chances out of 10 those double features have a lot of features on them. So $18.99 for Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf 2 with the poster. Again, I would have dropped it $2 more, but that's, it's there. I'm going to stop bitching. I'm just going to give you the price of stuff on it. Manser is going to run you $14.99. That's a decent price for that one, I guess. Time Bomb is going to be $14.99. Vicious Lips is $14.99. And The Spell is going to run you $15.99. And now is the classic freight section. This is usually where things are like really dialed down to great prices. So let's see what they got done with this one. So this is my first time looking at classic freight. So we'll look this one together. Hopefully this one's better. So Terror Train Collector's Edition is $10.99. That's actually a really good price for that movie. And Terror Train is a fantastic little film. I've talked about that one a lot. This one that scared me when I was young. Life Force $12.99 is really good. That's a good price for that one as well. I got the DVD of Life Force from Scream Factory, the original one with the extra stuff on it. That's not there anymore. And I got like the Blu-ray DVD of like the Arrow edition because I like the cover better. And there's some extra features that I like more. Night of the Demons for $15.99. That's not bad at all, actually. I like Night of the Demons. It should be a little bit cheap. That's one that's been out for a while. It should be like a wee bit cheaper. Witchboard is $14.99. Night of the Demons should be the same thing. To be totally honest with you, Witchboard has just as much features on it than Night of the Demons does. It's just not called a collector's edition. Army of Darkness is $18.99. Really, guys? Okay. Return of the Living Dead is $16.99. These are the classic Frights series. They're classic films, but usually this portion of the site is used for like kind of the older, like this is the stuff that's been there for a while, and that with a few like newer things put in with with some more decent prices. Aside from the first few, most of these are running at like regular, like not really great sale prices. Return of the Living Dead $16.99 collector's edition. Okay. The Thing is $16.99 collector's edition. Black Christmas is $15.99 collector's edition. If you don't have Black Christmas, I really do recommend that one. Poltergeist 2 collector's edition $17.99. Okay. And Tales from the Hood is $17.99 still. So not impressed with the sale. Is that all? Okay. Overall with their sale, I'm going to be honest. My picks so far for the sale, I'd say is look, there's some great movies in here, and if you don't mind the prices, the price point, because it is like half price on some of them, and I do understand like that's probably the sweet spot right now, and like things change price wise. For me, it's not a great sale. For me here in Canada, it's not a great sale. Once I do the conversion and all that stuff, then it's like let's see if they got any shipping deals. That'll be like a big plus. So if you have like shipping deals on it, that's like always a plus. So what are the deals on shipping? So we'll ship for $4. Orders for 2 or more items will ship. Sale items will ship for free. So that's actually pretty good. Wait a minute. Free and reduced shipping applies only to U.S. orders. Wonderful. So Canadians will pay standard shipping rates. So for me, the sale is useless. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna be blunt. The Shocktober sale is not good. It is not at all what I would expect from a company like Scream Factory. But I'll give you some. If you're in the United States and like some of these are ones that you want to get, I'll go through a couple here that I think are worth picking up. And now, if you're a fan of the movies Ben and Willard, then he put up great editions of that. Lawnmower Man, I own it on Laserdisc. This is one I would get if it was really cheap. No, it's got the exclusive poster, and that's really nice and all, but Lawnmower Man is not one of those movies that stands up well to the test of time. And I know there's a lot of people that love Lawnmower Man out there, but I'm just being straight with him, being honest, being blunt. It's not one of the, let's just say it's not one of the great Stephen King adaptations or classics. There's some cool cheesy stuff in it, and there's just, nostalgia factor wise, there's some great stuff. Yeah, I like Nail Gun Massacre, and I can watch that one over and over again. Lawnmower Man, not so much, but I would have it in my collection because I'm a completist. Paul Naschy collection, hands down, yeah, that's probably the best deal there. $44.99, should be $39, but still at $44.99, that's not a bad one. Let's just look at the product details, see what they got on this one. Maybe there's some decent features. So we got Vengeance of the Zombies here, it's a good one. Horror Rise from Tombs, pretty good. That's on a lot of like sets, like the cheap sets, basically, cheap version of it. Blue Eyes of the Broken Doll, Night the Wear-Off, perfect, and Human Beasts. Okay. So basically uncut without the closed sequences because you could. Did that. So there's a audio commentary on Horror Rise from Tomb, audio commentary on Blue Eyes of Broken Doll, and Night the Wear-Off, thankfully. Of course, there was not a lot they could do with Naschy. Naschy's passed on right now, so it's sad, but hopefully they can find some stuff. The second set is actually a little better, but I think, if you're going to have Naschy, you're going to want both these sets. Night the Wear-Off's decent. Let's just see. Windows is not for everybody, but I really did like Windows. I like that movie a lot, actually. Species, again, is one that I like, but at $22.99, I can't, even at sale price, $22.99 sale price. No, I can't recommend it. Species is I like the movie, but I can't recommend $22.99 sale price for Species. Again, Slither's a fun film. The Teen Wolf ones are supposed to be done well. Vicious Lips, that's a decent one to check out. It was on a set, actually. It was a 4-pack. They do this a lot. They actually put like 4-pack ones, but at least I'm guessing they'll put a bunch of features into it, like to make it worth the Blu-ray upgrade. So let's see what they put onto it. An interview. That's what they put onto it. All right. Okay. Now, hopefully it's a long interview. Because it's not like there's people that aren't around for Vicious Lips. It's Charles Band. The Spill, $59.99 is a decent price for the Spill. Terror Train, if you don't have it, I really do recommend that one. Life Force is another one I can wholeheartedly recommend. Witchboard, again, I love Witchboard. Black Christmas is a favorite of mine. I can recommend that. I'm not going to recommend anything in like the 70 and up range because I think you can wait and you're going to find better deals for stuff like this. This isn't a great Shocktober sale. I'm not going to pretend it is. But if you want a few, there's a few there that's doable. But to be completely honest with you, it's not impressive. I'll be right back. I'll show you the Scream Factories that I do have, and you'll see I'm not hating on Scream Factory. I have enough here to actually say, yeah, I put my money into Scream Factory, and I'm actually going to give my real opinion, and hopefully you guys will appreciate that. I'll be right back in a second. We'll look at my Scream Factory collection. There's some there that actually are good. Now, what you want to do, especially right now, is that this sale is going on. You want to check Amazon as well to see how price matched some of these might be, and how some of these might even be cheaper to buy them through Amazon. So, because I'm going to show you a lot of really good Scream Factory stuff, and Scream Factory is a company that has put out a lot of really good stuff. So we'll look into that, and with Halloween coming up, Scream Factory is a great company to collect for, and to just get some great stuff up. It just isn't a great sale. I'll be right back. We'll look into my Scream Factory collection. There's a lot to show you guys. I got a lot of collector's editions. I got some stuff that's at print, and just some great stuff. So I'll be right back. Okay, so let's go into the Scream Factory stuff. When I was saying that I own a few Scream Factory videos, so I feel okay saying this. When I said about the sale, I wasn't over exaggerating. I've just got some of them out right now, so obviously this is going to be one of my longer videos, and hopefully I'm going to get something else in here aside from this. But let's start. I'll pretty much give you a thumbs up, thumbs down on a recommendation for each one of these. So first up is the horror show. Other people know this as House 3. It's I actually really do like this one. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the reversible cover that a lot of them has. It's light on the features. It's got an interview with Rita Taggart. It's got an interview with Kane Hodder. But aside from that, there's no commentary or anything like that. I do like House 3. Or the horror show, as they call it here. There also is an edition that was put up by Arrow Video, which I would give the nod to on that. But still, it's a decent edition if you get it for fairly cheap. It's a good one. The Final Tear is one I do really like. They actually put some decent features in this one. Final Tear is one of those movies that not a lot of people heard of. It was a movie that was filmed and then got held back for a bit, but it's got a great cast in it. We got Adrian Zmed, Daryl Hannah's in this one. I think Joe Pantoliano's in this one as well. Yeah, he is. And Mark Metcalf, Rachel Ward, who I talk about all the time, by the way, when I mention the movie. Oh God, Night School. There we go. So Rachel Ward, and Rachel Ward is gorgeous. Unfortunately, Rachel Ward is not. Well, she's on the cover, there, on the back, but she should be focused on more. So yeah, Final Tear, I did like that one. One of my favorites for that Scream Factory put out. It's a great edition, and there's a great commentary on there as well. So some cool interviews. This one was really well done. It's flown under the radar for a lot of people. If you haven't seen it, I really recommend it. This is one of my strongest recommendations I can give, and that's a movie called Ghost Story. Ghost Story is a book by Peter Straub, and I remember reading the book. I didn't think that Ghost Story was going to be filmable, and they take things from the book and they go in certain directions. So not everything's taken, and some people are like, "Oh, this is not a completely ghost story like the book." But no, they made it its own beast as a film, in much the way that The Shining became its own beast. And there's a great cast. There's a lot of older actors in this one here. We got Fred Astaire, Melvin Douglas. It's right on top here. Douglas Fairbanks Jr. is in it. John Houseman is in this one here. But one of my favorite, actually Craig Wasson, right? Yeah, Craig Wasson's in this. Alice Krige does a dual role, which is really, really good. It's an incredible film. I think it's highly underrated. I've always been a huge fan of Ghost Story. I saw this movie back in the day, in the theater when I was way, way too young to see it there. And I've always been a fan of older movies and the ghost stories. Now this is the way I think a ghost story should be done. There's the newer ghost stories. I do like some of them, and I The Conjuring's okay, stuff like that, but I love this style ghost story. This is my type of ghost story. It's a perfect name. It is a ghost story. You know what else is a ghost story? The Fog. The Fog's also a ghost story. But if you don't have Ghost Story from Scream Factory, I gotta say, I do recommend it. It's a great one. Another one I can recommend, and I didn't think I was going to be able to recommend it, is New Year's Evil. This is way better than I thought it was going to be. There's some hammy, cheesy acting in this. I love the twist at the end. You see coming a mile away, but the way that it's done, even though you know the twist, and you pretty much know what's coming. It's actually well done. What's really cool about this is we follow the killer as opposed to following the final girl type of thing. We don't really get into the final girl. We're not giving the final girl. It's done very differently. Usually, you follow your Alice's, you're going to follow your Tina's, all that type of stuff. But this one here follows the killer, and the killer is not the force of nature killer. He's not the mysterious. He's mysterious, but he's not completely. And he messes up. He tries to kill. He fails at killing certain people. He has a really ridiculous premise behind his murders, and I think it's done kind of on purpose to show it that way. And it's a cool little film. I really enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. I watched this one with Matt, and we both really enjoyed the movie. We were totally surprised because we expected it to be way cheesier and way worse than it was. Because with a lot of these slasher movies, sometimes you get back and watch them again. It'll be kind of fun, but you'll be like, yeah, I can see that. This is pretty bad. But we really like this one. This was one once. If you watch our review, we actually did a review on this one, and I prefer. I'm gonna be blunt and be honest with you guys. It's harder for me to do some of these reviews right now. I try my best to do the reviews that I do, but I prefer when I'm reviewing to have something to bounce off of. I find it easier that way. But my better half doesn't watch these movies, so she can't review them with me. And my kids are off. They're getting older, and they're doing their own thing, and soon to be off to university. So, yeah. I miss them. I'm proud of them. But New Year's Evil, great film. The Legacy, and I'm not gonna lie. I bought this one during I think it's during sale somewhere. It was the HMV sale. It was either way. It's one that I'd wanted for a bit. Catherine Ross in this one. I like her a lot. Sam Elliott, Roger Daltrey's in this. Do I remember it? Not right now. Actually, I haven't watched it since I bought it. Now this is one I have seen, and I remember liking it back in the day. So I can't tell you. I can't like out and say, okay, yeah, I can recommend this one. Next up is Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings. Some people hate this. I got a friend that actually refuses to acknowledge that this exists as a movie. He said, no, there's only Pumpkinhead. Because he likes the kind of like the gothic ghost story, like urban, like not urban, like the legend type of tale of that. But I get a kick out of this movie. I think it's a lot. It's fun. There's a lot of stunt casting in this one here. It's just, I like the suit as well. The suit, is streamlined. I think the suit's still good here. I'm a fan of Bloodwing. I really am. I think it's actually a fun, cheesy movie. Some people hate it. I'm one of the people on that other side of the fence. I love the film. And my better half, actually, she doesn't watch a lot of this movie. She watched Pumpkinhead, and she thought, well, that's a little depressing. But, that's the way it's supposed to be. But she really liked Pumpkinhead 2 better, so it's sacrilege there, right? But it's true. And I did enjoy both. I enjoyed both films. And but I did like Pumpkinhead 2. I think it actually, it said something. Yeah. So, Dirk Benedict, I think is started this one, right? Yeah, Dirk Benedict, yep, and Sora Martin. It's cheesy fun. Dark Half, I think I reviewed this one with a good friend of mine, and this is a fun film. I remember the book, but I like this. I like the Dark Half. It's not something that I think is gonna blow anybody away. But he did a good job with both the characters. There's great special features on this one, by the way. It's just amazing stuff. Ramiro did this one. This is a Ramiro film that people don't talk about. Everybody talks about Ramiro, and they always talk about the zombie movies. He did more than zombie movies. He's grandfather of zombie films, but he did more than zombie films. Next up is Crush. That's a 90s one. It's definitely not for everybody, but I do like these type of films, so I didn't mind it. I actually really like Alicia. I like Alicia Silverstone a lot, and I think she does a good job. They could have went really far out with this one here, but they kind of reined it back a bit, and I like the fact that they reined it back a bit. A lot of cases, she's a younger girl, so we're not going to see anything too raunchy with Alicia Silverstone at this point. I think she was way too young to be doing stuff like that. This isn't like one of these Tracy Lords type of things. So the Crush, and of course Cary Elwes is in this one as well. He's the star of it. Kurtwood Smith from RoboCop, and of course that '70s show plays his dad, I think. So, but yeah, I really did like this movie. It comes off a lot like a TV movie because it is reined back a lot, but I enjoyed it. And who did do the nudity for this film? Jennifer Rubin, who was from Dream Warriors and Bad Dreams. Next up is one that if you look at it, unless they changed it, it was accidentally put out with the Ship Factory logo, and that is Q, the Winged Serpent. You guys already know that I'm a huge fan of Larry Cohen and Larry Cohen's work, so I would definitely recommend this film. Michael Moriarty is in this one, and Moriarty is one of those actors that is criminally underrated, much like D'Onofrio, another actor. And I think both of them did Law and Order shows, to be honest with you, are criminally underrated actors that I think are just incredible. And Michael Moriarty just really, he always kills it, and everything he's in. And we got David Carradine's in this one here as well. Richard Roundtree. Kenny Clark? Yeah, Kenny Clark. So there you go. Q, the Winged Serpent. It's a fun little film. Next one is an action film, not so much horror, but I did like this as one of the last true pure action films without CGI and all that stuff put in. That is Dark Angel. Now, when I saw this movie, it was called I Come in Peace. I never ever saw it under the title Dark Angel. Actually, when they originally announced this movie, I had no idea what the hell they were talking about. Dolph Lundgren, Dark Angel. The only Dark Angel I knew was a Full Moon film. But when I actually saw the trailer for it, I was like, oh wait, that's I Come in Peace. I remember that movie. And this has a lot of really good practical effects in there. There's some explosions and stuff that you wonder now because nowadays they can just CGI everything wow, those guys really they dodged a bullet literally in a lot of cases here. So it's a great little film. It's a cool actioner. Brian Benben is in this. I'm familiar with Brian Benben from a show I used to watch on HBO called Dream On, which was like a little comedy series and with a ton of nudity. So it was fun when I was younger. Next up is Phantom of the Opera with Robert Englund. I really do like this one. This one I do recommend. I'm a huge fan of Joe Sholin as well. She's the star of this one. I would love to have popcorn. I don't have it, and it's freaking expensive. It's like $35 here on Amazon. And I can't do any more buying this month, so I don't know, maybe Christmas. But because I really want to get popcorn. But this is Family Opera, Robert Englund. It's done in 2 time periods. It was supposed to be 2 movies. Hey, no, 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 no scratchies. You know, scratch my chair. No, no. Sorry, I got distracted. But Family Opera was actually a really, really fun film. There was supposed to be another one called Phantom of New York. This one came out around the same time that the musical was becoming really big, and this was still in the slasher period, but at the end of the slasher period, so people were expecting something very different from Phantom of the Opera at this point, which is a shame because this is a really good one. I think Dwight Little, Dwight H. Little, who directed Halloween 4. The Return of Michael Myers, which is one of my favorite Halloween films, and I think that is a criminally underrated film as well. Directed this film, and it shows. You can tell it's his direction. Next up is Supernova with James Spader and Angela Bassett. It's okay. I'm not going to recommend that. If you like this type of stuff, grab it. Why did I get it? On one of those times when the Shocktober sale was really good, this was super cheap, and I needed the extra one to get the free shipping, because I think they had free shipping, a really cheap shipping type. Yeah, it was free shipping, I think, at that time. I needed the one, like an extra one, to get the free shipping. This is what I bought. Not a recommendation. I'm a fan of this one. Not everybody is. I do like it. It's Tobe Hooper's Invaders from Mars. I think it was a really, really cool. As far as remakes go, it's really cool the way it's done. It's tonally unbalanced. I'll be honest with you there, but I just still enjoyed it. I enjoyed look the. When you see the creature, the original, just watch for the original Mars creature from the original Invaders from Mars, and this one here, it shows up. But I like this. I mean, like, it's got a great cast. Like, just listen to this here. We got like Karen Black, Timothy Bottoms is there, Lorraine Newman, James Karen, Bud Cort, Louise Fletcher. So that's an amazing cast. There's actually some decent features on here as well. For a non-collector's edition, that's a ton of features. Next up is one I do recommend, and I really like this movie. Again, this is one that gets like some hate sometimes, but it's Monkey Shine. It's another George Romero film, non-zombie film that I actually really, really like. I had a blast with this movie here. Jason Begg is in the Beggy is in this one. He's got a show now. It might be like Chicago Police Chief. It's a cop show, I think, because he's good for these type roles. Joyce Van Patten's in this one here. Oh man. I just really, really like this one. I really can't explain it. I guess when I was younger, this is one that kind of stuck with me, and there's different reasons why. But I really did like Monkey Shine. So it gets an Aaron recommendation. So basically, it's cheese. It's not, this is not the classics, but these are the films that I like. It came without warning. This one, I love this one. Some people don't like it or don't get it. That's got a great cast. I mean, like, it's got an amazing cast. I hate to go into just cast again, but Neville Brand is in this. Cameron Mitchell is in this one here. We got Martin Landau, Jack Palance, Ralph Meeker. That is incredible. I mean, that's an amazing cast. It's very cheesy. The alien kind of looks like that alien from that episode of Star Trek. Remember in the original series? So just if you Google the Star Trek series, you know what I'm talking about. Puppet alien. The Guardian is one that I wasn't originally going to get. It was not a favorite of mine when I first saw it, but I've come to like it more over the years. It's one by Friedkin. It's not Friedkin's best, but there's some great interviews and stuff on here. I hate to go back to the decent cast again, but it does have a decent cast. It's more of a cult classic. It's becoming more into its own more recently. I enjoy it. It's not a favorite, but I do enjoy it. Swamp Thing is one that I can recommend. It's a fun little film. Now, this isn't the uncut European cut of Swamp Thing. They couldn't get that one. That wasn't Scream Factory's fault on that. It's just that they legally could not put out the really uncut version of Swamp Thing. It was put out by MGM originally. They hauled it back and they put it with the basically R-rated. The PG. What did they rate this one? A PG or R? Did this get an R? PG. Got it with the PG cut. There was like an unrated cut originally with like Adrian Barbeau more showing off more nude, and there's like a scene with these with the henchmen with with the henchmen, and there was like naked girls around in the sequence and that. So that was taken out for this one here. The Nest. I'm a huge fan of it. I'm not a huge fan of insects, though I am a huge fan of Elisa Langolis. I have yet to watch this movie because I have a fear of insects, but I wanted every Elisa Langolis film. I got that one at Fred's Records for really cheap, much cheaper than the sale prices we're getting right now. I'm watching some Murder, She Wrote, and the way I said that was too much like Seth from Murder, She Wrote. If you're a Murder, She Wrote fan, then you know who that is. If not, you should watch Murder, She Wrote. Vampire Lovers is the only Hammer one that they've put out, as far as I can remember now. This one was put out. This one was cheap when it came out. It was like, I think 14, and went down to 10 or 12. Some great little features on it. I really did like this one. It wasn't one of their best sellers, unfortunately, so they didn't end up doing any more Hammer films. I wish they would have. And any like type of that stuff that they put out afterwards usually was put out pretty much bare bones. Unlike that one, had some great features on it. Eve Destruction was again another cheapie that I picked up. It's a little fun little action film, not one I'm going to recommend to you, but I had some fun with it when I watched it. Leviathan, I really like Leviathan. Is it for everybody? Probably not, but again, it's one with a great cast that I just really like. Peter Weller, Richard Crenna, Amanda Pays, Daniel Stern, Ernie Hudson, or Hector Elizondo. Just an amazing, amazing cast right there. This one, I love to cover this one too, but it wasn't one I picked up for like for a huge price. So before my voice goes, I'm going to go get some tea. Then I'm going to do the rest of this. I got take out like some box sets and some collector's editions to show you as well as the rest of my regular stuff. So I wasn't kidding when I said we're here for the long haul checking this out. I'll be right back, guys. So I'm back, and I got a lot of tea and a lot of videos left to show. So let's go with it. So Psycho 4, the beginning. I'm actually a big fan of this one. Definitely a precursor to the Bates Motel series. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Olivia Hussey plays his mom in this one, does a good job. I'm a big fan of Olivia Hussey. I'm a huge fan of Black Christmas. That's one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie of all time. So yeah, she's the mom of this, and she's gorgeous. Next up is one called You'll Like My Mother, a thriller. So this is one that I recently bought. I have not gotten the chance to actually sit down and watch this yet. I think this is a TV one. Patty Duke, Richard Thomas, Rosemary Murphy sounds like TV one for sure. But it's one, I like these type of thrillers, so I'm sure I'm going to get a kick out of it. I can't give you a recommendation on it yet because I haven't seen it. Nosferatu the Vampire is a kind of a cool, different classic vampire film. It's got Klaus Kinski in it. I love this. I love this movie. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous movie. And it's not for everybody, but if you're a vampire fan, the Klaus Kinski Nosferatu definitely deserves to be in your collection. Here's one I can really recommend, and that is The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Not everybody liked this one because they thought that like there was some kind of little bit too much humor. They thought it was totally imbalanced again. I did like it. This is based on a true thing. It's Charles B. Pierce style. He does this kind of like these true type things. But you know what? Remember that Evictors one? If you want to get the Evictors on Blu-ray, because that Evictors for me is the better movie here. See what they did first is they took the 10 Dread Sundown, give it its own Blu-ray, and then they put a 10 Dread Sundown and Evictors double feature on there. And the Evictors did have like an interview or something like that on there as well, so that's pretty cool as well to see something about that. Now next up is The Beast Within. Great film. I really like this one. It's hard to believe that this one was made by the guy that made Howling 2 and 3. Yeah, this is a Philip Mora film. But you know what? He did a better job doing a Howling film right here than he did with that one. It gets a little rapey at the beginning, but it is something that's like, it's not a exploitive type. It's actually a serious, like, major plot point within the film. I like The Beast Within. Of course, everybody's going to recommend Army of Darkness. It is, you know, it's a cool film. It's an actiony film. My favorite Evil Dead film is still the first Evil Dead. I know a lot of people like Part 2. No, the first one was my original. First one scared me. None of the others were scary, but they're fun movies. The Army of Darkness is a fun movie. There's like how many different versions? There's a theatrical version, director's cut. There's the international cut, and I think there's a TV version on here as well. So there's 4 versions of the film. There was originally, like, they've fixed it, but there was originally controversy because apparently there was a couple scenes like missing from like one of the cuts. It was in one of the other cuts, like him climbing, like, jumping a fence. Let's just say I was not a fan of the controversy over the Army of Darkness, because the scenes that were missing were ridiculously unimportant, to be honest with you, and they were in other versions of the film. We're not going to go there because I can't. Howling 2, directed by Philip Moore again. Should you get this one? Are you a fan of Sybil Danning? Do you like amazing breasts? Then yes, probably grab Howling 2. If you're a fan of good acting, you're not getting Howling 2 because it's not that great in this movie. Christopher Lee felt painfully embarrassed and to be like when he was doing this film. He was acting against people like Reb Brown and stuff. Reb Brown actually played Captain America in the 70s in 2 TV movies. Reb Brown is not a great actor. But again, Philip Moore's dialogue here is not that great either. It's a fun little film. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it is, but there's no way that I'm going to tell you that it's a good film. It's a good film. No, it's not a good film. It's a fun film. It's like a little bit of a cult classic for how bad it really is, and I like it. I'd recommend it. Prison. This is the one I liked a lot. I like the movie Prison. I think that's Lane Smith in this one? Yeah, Lane Smith. I love Lane Smith. He's passed on now, but he's a great actor. Viggo Mortensen's in here. And I enjoyed Prison. Actually, this may be one of the ones I watched over this Halloween. Next up is one that apparently is going out of print, and that's Deadly Eyes. I'm a huge fan of this movie. You guys know I'm Canadian, and I love my Canucksploitation. This is a perfect example of Canucksploitation at its finest. I love this stuff. I would love to have them do Of Unknown Origin as well with Peter Weller. It's also a really good film. I like these killer rat movies. And this one, Lisa Angolis is in it. She's gorgeous. So, but I love this movie here. This is so cool. I've watched this one a few times. Robert Klaus directed it. I was surprised with that. It's a great addition. If you haven't picked it up yet, please pick it up before it goes out of print. It's going out of print. So this is going to be OP soon. Deadly Eyes, definitely grab it. Bad Moon. Here's a great movie that's hampered slightly by some really, really bad CGI. Dated even in its day. The CGI whereof idea transformation was probably a bad idea to go with, but they decided to try the cutting edge. It didn't work, but the film itself is a fantastic little film. Just get it past that CGI werewolf part. It's a little wincy with the actual costume. The actual werewolf costume is actually pretty damn good, to be honest with you. The cast is fantastic. Michael Parra does a great job in this movie here, and Bad Moon is one I hardly recommend for any werewolf fans out there. Well, I showed you Strange Behavior before. This is Disturbing Behavior. I really like this film. There's the alternate ending on here as well, I think, with this one, right? The lead scene's alternate ending, yeah. Audio commentary. I would have put the scenes back in for a lot of them, but it's very 90s. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's very 90s, but I do like this film personally because I like the actors. Is it a perfect film? No, it doesn't stand up as well watching it now as it did when I originally saw it, but I still like it. I still enjoy the film. I would watch it again. Not the highest recommendation I can give though. Witchboard I can though. Witchboard is one that I really did like. It's not so much about the romance as it is about the bromance. If you've seen Witchboard, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Tanya Katane's in this one. She's gorgeous, of course. Tanya Katane's gorgeous anyway. And this is her heyday. This was when she was at her top, white snake looking, like just incredible appearance. So we got like it's a really fun movie. Of course, there's been another Witchboard movie since then. Stephen Nichols, who's famous for soap operas, actually for playing Patch on Days of Our Lives, and he played Someone in General Hospital as well. He played a lot of different soap operas and stuff like that. So this is a great cast. So we got here Catherine Willott's in this one, Stephen Nichols, Todd Allen's in there as well. So yeah, Witchboard I hardly recommend. It doesn't say like collector's edition, probably because they didn't get like another cover for it. But the features are collector's edition worthy. It's just as good as many of the collector's editions out there. Falling Exam's another one that I liked a lot more now than I did when I originally saw it. Basically because I got a bigger palette for slashers than I did when I was younger. When I was younger, I was really into either you had to be hardcore Friday the 13th style, or you had to be hardcore mystery style, and the in-between ones just didn't hit it for me. But this one did. Actually, when I watched this one again, I really did enjoy it. It's there's not a big cast in this film or anything like that. The slasher films, you don't usually expect that, but I can recommend it for a slasher fan. here's one that I will wholeheartedly recommend because I like cheesy bad movies. And if you like cheesy bad movies, you probably have the Mystery Science Theater version. It's because you probably click Mystery Science Theater like I do or just started doing. No, because it can get expensive here in Canada. But I found the 25th edition anniversary earlier, and now I got the 20th anniversary, and now I got the first Mystery Science Theater, so I've got to collect them now. This one here, The Brain That Wouldn't Die. I love this movie. It's good to have it like uncut, the original one. It's a very cheesy film, very sleazy film, but there's not a lot of like nudity or anything like that. It's not that type of film. But it's good to see like the non-Mystery Science Theater version. I like to see them do more of this. See, Rhino, when they first started doing the Mystery Science Theater movies, because they had the license first, basically what happened is they would do like, they'd show the Mystery Science Theater version and they'd show the non-Mystery Science Theater version. Basically, they want to piss off the people that have made these films, and a lot of these films are like cheap to get, so they actually will put up both versions of it. So this is what they've done here. They got The Brain That Wouldn't Die with the Mystery Science Theater version as well, and I can, as a hardcore Mystery Science Theater fan, I can tell you right now, that The Brain That Wouldn't Die is one of the best Mystery Science Theater episodes, like bar none. It's right up there with Pod People. It's right up there with like with Mitchell, those type. It is a fantastic one. It's actually the very first Mystery Science Theater that I owned. I owned this on VHS. I think I got You Got Next, and then it was Pod People, something like that. So I got a few more here, and then I gotta stop this video again so I can share the other stuff I got, because there's a lot of it. Moving stuff around so that I don't hurt my tea, because I need that. So we got Crawl Space, 100% unequivocally. I recommend Crawl Space. Klaus Kinski, great little film. Again, as I always say, Please Kill Mr. Kinski is one of the best shorts that I've ever seen on any film. Hellhole, this is one of my recent ones. I really love this movie. I like these women in prison movies. It has a great cast too. I mean, oh, man, Mary Warnoff is in this. You got a great Edie Williams is in this one here. Judy Landers, Ray Sharkey does a great job in this film. And well, Diane Thorne is unrecognizable for me. I did not realize it was Diane Thorne. Like I just watched Pen of Terror. Actually, I did a review of it. You'll see it on here very soon. But Hellhole is fantastic. I love this movie. If you like these type of movies, if you like women in prisons, like cheesy type movie, it checks all the boxes. Every one of those boxes, and it checks in a magnificent style. Up from the Depth. This is an exclusive. This one you can only get on their website. I think this one's still available. I'm not sure. They made 1,000 copies of this one. So basically, there's some that were put on like multi-pack sets. They put them out. They gave them they gave them a Blu-ray remastering, and they put them out on their own. Up from the Depth is one of those. And if you like that type, basically, if you like that type, you're gonna pick it up anyway. You don't need me to recommend that one. Okay, this is a Shout Factory. This is the movie that got me started, Piranha. Oh, come on, Piranha 2. That's Shout Factory. So when you look at that one. Stigmata. Fun 90s film. There's some cool features on here. I have not rewatched this one yet, so I can't really tell you. Nightbreed, this is the director's cut. I love Nightbreed. I'm a huge fan of Nightbreed. Back early on when they announced the Nightbreed and the special collector's edition Nightbreed, I had a video on ranting about it. I was not very happy about it. You can actually check that video out. I obviously changed my mind on it since not only did somebody did I get gifted like a copy of Nightbreed. I actually bought a copy of Nightbreed for my son, and it's one of his favorites now as well. I really like this. I like the mythos. I would love to see more Nightbreed. Psycho, I'm not going to lie to you and say this is a fantastic movie or anything like that, but there are some like nice shots within this film. Certain actors I find pretty good. But to have this, you really should. I mean, and I'll tell you why right now why. The special features, the audio commentary on here by Rob Galuzzo with Amy Duddleston. Rob Galuzzo is one of the guys from Shockwave podcast. And he does a great job. He's a really big Psycho fan. He did that first day in a tongue. He did that documentary, Psycho Legacy, which you really, really got to see if you haven't seen it. Death Valley is fantastic. I love this movie. Great little ending too. I love the little kind of twist at the end. That's kind of decent. Just like a little it's so well done. I just love this film. If you haven't checked it out, check out Death Valley. Ninja 3: The Domination. You know I'm going to say it, so let's just get it over with. Only a ninja can kill a ninja. It's a fun film. I mean, like it's got And Sandra Dickey was in like all these Canon films. It's a Canon film. I like the ninja films, so grab that one for sure. Return of Count Yorga, actually like better than Count Yorga. It's by far, they're a lot the same. They're a lot the same. You're going to see them hitting the same notes in a lot of cases, but I really like this. It's got like a very psychedelic one. There's a commentary on there that I haven't listened to yet, but actually I wouldn't mind listening to. Definitely going to be rewatching that one soon. Troll and Troll 2, which is what's really cool about this is I think, not sure about all of them, but the one I got anyway had the Best Worst Movie on there as well. So it was an extra bonus disc. It's like really great documentary, by the way. And Troll and Troll 2 is considered one of the worst movies of all time. It's one of the most fun movies to watch of all time. And you got to watch it. I mean, it's fun. You can't piss on hospitality. There's so many great lines. Troll 2. I thought Troll was a fun movie. I liked it. Now, these are the two horror marathon sets that they had come out. So first up is this one here, the All Night Horror Marathon Volume 1. And it's got What's the Matter with Helen, The Vagrant with Bill Paxton there, The Outing, and The Godsend. The Outing, I think, was called The Lamp at one point. The Lamp. The fun films, they're like 4 films on 2 discs, so you can't go wrong with that. It's like kind of it is a cool all-night movie marathon. Next up is the one I consider probably more the superior set. Dungeon Master, which I really liked. Cellar Dweller, which I really enjoyed. Contamination 7 and Catacombs, I haven't seen in a while, so I'm really going to have to watch those. So with that being said, my throat's going a little bit. I'm going to be right back. I got a lot more to show you guys. My God. My Scream Factory collection is unending. All right, here we go. I'm going to go a little bit faster because I got a lot to show you guys. From Whisper to a Scream, I really sincerely recommend I recommend this for the documentary alone. There's a full feature-length documentary on this done by some great people, and actually I reviewed the documentary on its own. The people that made the documentary actually thanked me on my YouTube channel for that, and I really appreciated that. Anytime that some creators of this stuff actually show up and show, I know that there are people that put a lot of love and heart into it. I really recommend From Whisper to a Scream. It's directed by Jeff Brewer, directed Leatherface, by the way. The original Leatherface, Part 3, not the 2017 remake that I didn't like so much. Not remake, the whatever it was. Prequel. Evil Speak, I like it. It's fun. It's Clint Howard. Probably one of Carrie didn't get as much hate as the character as this character does. It's a fun, cheesy little film. If you like this type of stuff, it's really fun. Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh. I forgot. It's a fun little sequel. I liked it. It's not the same level as Candyman, but I did enjoy it. Nightmares is the one that I did enjoy. I love anthology films. I don't know if it really stood up as well this time as when I was younger. But then again, I had it like built. This is one of the movies that I've seen. I almost had like epic proportions in my head, so that it didn't quite hit as well as it did when I first saw it. That being said, this is a great fun little film. Anthology films are always like fun to watch, and I like the Emilio Estevez sequence a lot more actually than I originally did. I always remember the one with Christina Rains, the where she goes out because she has ever cigarettes and is an escape maniac. You know where that one's going. Slumber Party Massacre 2 and 3 unequivocally, without a doubt, I recommend this one. This gets the movie prof highest recommendation, and I'm actually trying to think of something. Rotten Tomatoes got certified fresh. There's Joe Bob Briggs got his thing. I want to have something there for that. I'm not in that. Rotten Tomatoes isn't like a real reviewer, but you know what I mean. I love this movie. I really do. 2 and 3. 3 is not. 3's got its problems, but it's a fun little slasher film. It's like a little bit of mystery, which the other 2 don't really do. But Slumber Party 2 is so fun. It is so cool. The documentary, the Slumber Party Massacre documentary is on there, talking about all 3 films. I do recommend getting the first one as well. I don't have it yet. I would like to have that one. Next up is Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror. Again, these are 2 very, very solid, really great anthology films. Probably 2 of the best out there, along with Dr. Terror's House of Horror. So basically, bam, you got to have this one. It's great fun. The House Where Evil Dwells and Ghost War is a fun, cheesy little one. I enjoy it. Not for everybody. I can't give it like a solid recommendation. Though it's one that I did have fun with. When I watch it again, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I got to watch these again before I can actually recommend it for you guys. Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2 is cheesy fun if you like Ghoulies stuff. Remember, it's not the Gremlins. You're not going to get as much Ghoulies in there as you would like in a Gremlins film type thing. But the second one actually gets it more that feel than the first one does. Really enjoyed this one, so I do give that one a recommendation. A much stronger recommendation, though, I give to Blackula and Scream, Blacklist Scream. I love blaxploitation films. I love these type of films, and he just does such a good job in the role. And oh man, Scream, Blacklist Scream is not the best movie, but it's got Pam Grier. That's enough for me. I'm ready to watch it. Really fun stuff. So next one is a double feature that I do. I love this one. It is X-Ray and Schizoid. Now, the problem with Schizoid is that it is a really good remaster, so that unfortunately, although I didn't notice when I originally saw the film on VHS, you really can't see the killer's face at the beginning of the film, and it's kind of a giveaway since he tried to play it like a mystery later on. You don't look for it. Try not to look for it. But it's there. Barbie Benton's gorgeous. X-Ray. This is one I recommended. This is one I actually like bought copies of this one and gave them to people like Sammy, like Falgar. I got him a copy of X-Ray and Schizoid because I knew that's his type, he'd like it. Lady in White. Now, I was really glad to find out that Nicole and Kyle actually enjoyed Lady in White, because this is a favorite like little ghost story of mine. I really like this one. I think it's Lucas Hayes. Lucas Hayes is in this one. Catherine Hellman. Do recommend it. If you like ghost stories, it's a good one. Nomads. Now, I bought this one. This is not one of my favorites. I like it, but I'm not going to go recommend it to you guys, because it was never one of those that was like super like popular in the first place. Like I like some cheesy stuff, and sometimes I can recommend cheesy stuff wholeheartedly because of its cheese factor. Other times I'm going to be like, I don't want to do that to you guys if it's not something that I really kind of feel strongly about. Legend of Hell House is another one that I found really fun. Again, I like these type movies. I like these haunted house type movies, and I'm a huge fan of I love Pamela Franklin. I love Roddy McDowall, so that was a no-brainer for me. Bad Dreams, Visiting Hours. This is one that had the DVD Shout Factory release of. They put like a couple little features on the Visiting Hours one, which had no features originally. So I had to buy it just for that, because I love these movies. I like Bad Dreams, Jennifer Rubin, Richard Lynch. I'm sure it's Richard Lynch, right? I'm sure it is. Yeah, it's Richard Lynch. I know it. Bruce Abbott from Reanimators in this one as well. Visiting Hours is a really fun film. Michael Ironside. I love Michael Ironside. I think Linda Pearl's in that one too. Another great double feature right here is the Video Dead and Terror Vision. So cool. This is such cool. And there is a ton of features on this one, by the way, guys. See that? That's the way I expected. I was so excited, so spoiled by this, that when the later double features came out, they had like nothing on them or just an interview or something like that. I was kind of disappointed, but this one is packed with special features. So definitely get your hands on a copy of Terror Vision Video Dead. It's really fun. Scanners 2 and Scanners 3. I like these. They're more for like, if you're a fan of these movies, like Pierre David did a bunch of these movies. He's a producer. And I like to see Scanners movies come out. I'm a fan of those. They're fun. They're cheesy. They're not for everyone. I'm not going to lie to you. This one I do recommend. It's got a high cheese factor. I really like these films, actually. Ghost House freaked me out when I was a kid. Witchery was really fun. I love the covers on these. Look at that. Look at that. That freaky-ass clown doll scared me when I was young. Really, I've got a clown thing. But yeah, Ghost House, Witchery, damn yeah. Tentacles Reptilicus is one of those that I find fun. It's fun for everybody, not really, but if you like monster movies, then you know what it is. Reptilicus is a fun, cheesy masterpiece. There, masterpiece. Not going to give this one a real big recommendation. I don't even remember it. I'm not going to lie to you. This is one of the first Chiller ones that they put out, and that is Dead Souls. It's a movie from Chiller. I got it. I don't remember it, so that can tell you that. Maybe it's a great movie. I don't know. The Beneath, I do strongly recommend. This is a fantastic film. I was wanting to get this one for ages. Larry Fessenden, incredible. If you played the game Until Dawn, he has a big part in that. And I think he might have wrote it as well, actually, or it had something to do with the writing of it. Beneath is a fantastic film. It was way, way better than I thought it was going to be. Same with Cockneys vs. Zombies. I went in expecting nothing of this. It was fun. It was funny. People try to compare it to Shaun the Dead. It's not Shaun the Dead. It's not supposed to be Shaun the Dead. It is what it is. It's its own little beast. And what's her name? Michelle Ryan's in this, right? I'm sure she is. Do I see her name here? I know Hunter Blackman's on it. Yeah, Michelle Ryan's on it. She was a soap star, and she went on to act in that short-lived Bionic Woman TV series. So there's no the comment. It's a classic. Raising Cain. I really love this movie. I really do. I watched this one 4 times after I got it. There's some great features on here as well. There's 2 versions, right? Theatrical version, never before seen the director's cut. I think I watched the director's cut. I like the movie. Carrie, it's Carrie, man. If you don't have this version, I like this. I love this version. I mean, Arrow's putting out a good version with cards and a poster and all that stuff, but look at the features and stuff. I really do love this. I like this one. I'm not going to lie. This is a favorite. I love this cover too. I love that cover. I'm a huge Child's Play fan. I saw the movie in theater. It was me and my dad and my cousin Roger there. We're the only 3 people in the theater at the time that we went to see this movie, by the way. This is a cult classic now, but when I went to see it, we were 3 people in a movie theater. People on their Stairs again is a great little one. Next 2 I paid $1 for each, and I got them because I'm a completist. Have I watched them since I got them? No. Am I going to watch the 3rd one? No, probably not. I don't want to get into politics or anything like that here. These are not movies that I recommend. Okay, Jeepers Creepers 2. I'll be honest with you, it was a shitty movie. Anyway, it was not a good sequel. I like Ray Wise. Don't know why he's in that movie, because it wasn't... I think he's in the next one too. But I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm not interested either. Just because the second one's so bad, why would I want to? First one, I did see that one originally, and that was... I really don't feel comfortable talking about those movies because of the stuff that happened, and I cannot condone that. I got them for $1 each. I don't think I would have got them. I am a completist, and that, I don't even kind of felt bad about it. And that's me, again, I'm not going to like put my views on anybody else. That's just my thoughts on things. That's just how I felt. There's time I can... Anyway. The Exorcist 3. I can really recommend this one. Brad Dourif does a fantastic job in this movie right here. George Segal. It is a fantastic sequel. I mean, like, as bad as 2 is, that's how good 3 is. 3 is really freaking good. Bubba Hotep. This is a great one. This was actually originally only available in the U.S., but it was imported to my HMV. That's why I got it. Shocker is a fun, cheesy little film with Mitch Pileggi. I really like that one. Next 2 are Tales from the Crypt, Bordello, Blood, and Demon Knight. I do enjoy both of those. Yeah, they talk about what an asshole Dennis Miller is, but I kind of never expected Dennis Miller to be anything but, to be completely honest with you, because he's one of those comedians that I really liked, and they got really political, and he kind of like turned me off. So, but I do like him in this. He does a great job in this. Politics for a movie sometimes, man. Lake Placid, I did enjoy that. I saw this one in theater. It's a fun little film. One of my favorites is Class of 1984. I like revenge movies, and I like these. I like this movie. I'd like to see Class of 1999 come out, but I'm guessing it's coming out from Vestron, since that set, that 8-movie set that where almost all of them have come out from Vestron Video. Yeah, I'd expect it. Ned the Demons. Again, this is a great film. Which is a little bit cheaper, but still, this is a perfect Halloween film. Perfect Halloween film, hands down. Day of the Dead is a great addition. Beautiful cover on there as well. Ginger Snaps is one of the best, for me, werewolf films of all time. I love this movie. It is just fantastic. From Beyond, this has a very special place in my heart. I love this one. I actually like this just as much, maybe a little more than Reanimator. And Barbara Crampton's got that, the sexy scene, which doesn't hurt it. The Ken Foray's in this one. Of course, we got Jeffrey Combs. And I can't say this as enough times because I'm so proud of this. I got to meet Jeffrey Combs and talk to him about From Beyond. He thought he was miscast in this role. He really was unsure about doing it. He actually thought Bruce Abbott would have been a better choice in the role here than him. He says he likes, not so much he likes, but he's been kind of pigeonholed, and he does a good job at playing these strange and more eccentric characters, like in Reanimator. But he thought this was more of a Bruce Abbott role, but he did it anyway. But he did feel when he was making it, and he felt afterwards that Bruce Abbott would have been a better choice. I thought Combs was amazing in this role, and I really did like this film. Next up is the original Pumpkinhead. Yes, I got a collector's edition. I love this movie. It's a great Halloween movie, by the way. If you're looking at movies for Halloween, Pumpkinhead is definitely one on that list. Lance Henriksen's amazing. I'll be back because I have even more to show you. Alright, I'm back now. Before I finish off the rest of the collector's editions and the box sets that I got there, I got a couple other things to show you guys, because I did get some of these on DVD back in the day. When I started Monkey's Paws, one that I grabbed on DVD because it was just a chiller one. Actually have not watched it yet. Same with... I watched a bit of Dead Shadows. I haven't seen all of it. I like the cinematography from what I saw. Now, once I got on DVD, I originally started buying Scream Factory on DVD, and I ended up going into Blu-ray. So I got Funhouse. I also have the Arrow edition of this. This is a really good little film. It's not my favorite art, actually. And I think for the artist, I don't think it's his favorite art for the either. Now, I got Psycho 2 and Psycho 3 as well. I do recommend those. Recommend Funhouse as well. A Deadly Blessing is oh my God, it's a Craven movie that, what, it's way underrated. It is so good. It's so different, so weird. And The Howling, that's definitely going to get a recommendation. That's a great one. And what's really good on it, there's a talk with the producer. So let's just get into the rest of this because I really want to get this done for you guys now because it's been a while. And I want to thank you guys if you're staying with me for all this. Dolls, highest recommendation possible. I actually gave this the Blu-ray of the year it came out. It was my favorite Blu-ray release that year. Cat People, again, another fantastic one. Not for everybody, but I really enjoyed it. If you like really gorgeous girls like Natasha Ginsky and Annette Toole, nude, then you're going to like this film. The Burning is one of these pivotal slasher films of its time. It's one of the 82 slashers. The Burning was another great film. Motel Hell is one I really enjoy. That's one I can give strong recommendation if you like black comedy, because that's what it is. Mad Max, it's great revenge. I like revenge films. Darkman, it all depends on whether you like Darkman or not. If you like Darkman, it's fantastic. Lord of Illusions is not Clive Barker's best, but I really enjoyed it. And let's say the character of Harry Daymore gets off better in this than he would in the later Scarlet Gospels, which I will talk about sometime on here. Terror Train, this is the one I recommended to you guys, by the way. It is a fantastic one. If the sticker's on it, it's even better. I remember that sticker. And this is the killer. What's really cool is the killer keeps changing his mask and his outfit so that you're not quite sure where the killer is. So there's a great twist at the end too, which I really like. Next up is a trilogy that I do always recommend to everybody, and that is the Sleepaway Camp trilogy. I love these. Parts 1, 2, and 3. Parts 1 and 2 are my favorites. Part 3, I find it's fun. It's cheesy fun, but it's not as high quality as the second one. The cast isn't as great for me. Village of the Damned. This one was problematic, but I did enjoy it for for what it did. Prince of Darkness I really like. I saw this one in the theater with my dad. Body Bag. I love body bags. I love anthology films, so I've got a soft spot for there. So if you like that one, They Live is what got a lot of people into actually collecting Scream Factory. If you asked a lot of people what their first Scream Factory was, it was They Live. Not for me, but it's a great one. Escape from New York. It's a classic. Oh, I got my little tear there. Saw it on Precinct 13. Again, I recommend that one. That's a really great one. You want a Halloween one? Well, these are the very first 2 Scream Factories that ever came out. But first, I'm going to show you this one. Fog, which I do recommend. I love the Fog. It's a ghost story one. Adrian Barbeau, Jamie Curtis, Jan Lee, the man, Atkins. It's just so cool. But the very first 2 Scream Factories that ever came out were these 2 right here. I picked them up on the day they came out. I looked all over to find them, and those were Halloween 2 and 3. They were stacked with stuff. They had a ton of special features, and you thought Halloween got the best representation it ever got. Could it ever get any better than that? I'm going to answer that question in a minute. So, the very first box set I ever got from Scream Factory was the Amityville Horror Trilogy. I wanted this. The second one is my favorite, and it's just really well done. And there's features on the second one, like some really good features. But what's really cool is Amityville 3D is here, and I saw this in theater, and anytime I would watch it afterwards on VHS or on DVD, they'd say Amityville 3 and they'd say 3D. It wasn't in 3D, but this one actually is in real 3D. So you gotta have 3D TV to see it in real 3D. But if you got a 3D TV or 3D monitor, I'd recommend checking it out. It's really cool. Is this the one that's out of print? I'm not quite sure. I think it might be. One of these are out of print. I'll enjoy it. The Vincent Price collection. I strongly recommend these. This is a good one too. We got Pit and the Pendulum, Fall of the House of Usher, Mask of the Red Death, The Bomb of Dr. Phibes, The Haunted Palace, and The Witchfinder General. Some amazing movies on there. There's a great booklet in there as well. It's a 4 Blu-ray set. There's amazing features on here. I just share the back. So yeah, obviously, I'd recommend it. And although I complained about it when it was coming out, I love this. I love this movie. And I'm so glad that I was able to get this. If you can get your hands on a limited edition of this, I do recommend it. It is Nightbreed, the director's cut and the limited edition. Now, I was asked recently what I thought about the Cabal cut. I've seen through means before when Nightbreed was a movie that you couldn't get anywhere. I just got to see the Cabal cut. It's out there online and stuff. But would I buy the Cabal cut for $250? I was upset when this thing was $75, and I ended up buying it. But would I buy a Cabell for 200? No, not seriously. Like, no, it's not. The Cabell cut, the director's cut and theatrical cut are the cuts that I would go with. The Cabell cut is a hodge for me anyway. You may completely disagree. It's a mess. I mean, like this. You can put everything in there, but it doesn't mean it's going to make sense. I didn't like if it's the cut that I'm thinking of. I was definitely not a fan of that, and I wouldn't pay $250 for it. I'm lucky if I paid $20 for it. If somebody sent me a copy, I'd be like, thank you, but that would be like, that's $250. You probably could have got something for yourself better than that. You got to suppose something for that. But no, the Cabell cut, no, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend picking it up. It's just me. You may love it. I can't. I can't. That's insane. The pricing is insane. This is what I'm bringing upstairs with me because I'm going to. I didn't think I was going to watch these, but I'm kind of getting in the mood to watch these again. So here is the limited edition Halloween, the complete collection 15 disc set. Now, some people think that the 10 disc set that's out there at Walmart is the same. I want you to know it's a great set that's out at Walmart, but please know that it is not the same set. That 5 Blu-rays are missing from that set. I think this, if I'm correct. Yeah, 10 discs. So yeah. So any like alternate versions of films, any like really big special features, they're not going to be in that set. So you're going to have to grab the producer's cut on its own. Because that's not going to be in the 10 disc set, and the bonus features here are just incredible. So, this video is long enough, but let's just do this really quickly. There's an awesome booklet. We're not going to get into that, but we got Halloween here, and again, it has its original thing. What's really cool, but one of the things that we'll be missing is its second disc. I'm guessing Cut Above the Rest is like this big feature documentary that they did. There's a new audio commentary with Jamie Curtis. That'll be in the 10 disc set. This is Halloween 2. There's I'm sure this one has a second disc. It's the TV version. So there's a TV cut. That wouldn't be in the 10 disc set. That's actually pretty cool, actually. There's Halloween 3, fantastic little film. Halloween 4, which is highly underrated. Halloween 5, I really like that one, but it's not the best. Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. I got this one I want to rewatch really soon. Probably one of my least favorites in the Halloween series is the next one. It's okay, it's decent, but it lacks a bit. I got to rewatch it again, see how I feel about it. H2O. Wasn't a big fan. Here I'm going to say something that the entire Halloween fan base will completely disagree with me on. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with liking the things that I like. See this one here, Resurrection? I didn't mind it. Do I think it's a great film? No. Think it's a fun film? Yeah, it's fun. The Buster Rhymes, like, smacking around Myers, Kung Fu and Myers. I got a kick out of that. It was funny. You know what wasn't funny? This. Falling asleep to this. I've got to watch the documentary sometime. It's like 4.5 hours long. It's got to be better than the film. It's, the film is watchable. I've softened on Rob Zombie's Halloween over the years. One thing I've never softened on, Part 2. I'm going to watch it again this year to see if it gets any better, but every time I see this, I get more bored. People like to use the word brutal when talking about H2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. The only thing that's brutal about that movie is having to watch it. The kills are ridiculous. There's like a scene with Octavia Spencer's nurse, and some people go look how brutal that kill was. That was an amazing kill. No, it was like so over the top. It was funny. Same thing with like the scene with the ambulance drivers. It's just ridiculously over the top, and not in a good way. I think that's my opinion. Some people love those I would say Friday the 13th because they're more Friday the 13th than their Halloween than those two Rob Zombie Halloweens. Not me. But that being said, if you can get your hands on the 15 disc set, this is the one to buy. This is the one to get. That has been my Scream Factory collection. That's been the Shocktober sale overview. I am Aaron. I'm the Movie Prof. I'm losing my voice. I really want to drink my tea. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great evening. Have a great Halloween. And talk to you later.